So please take down the question for the case study that is related to psychotropic substances. What are the ethical issues related to drug abuse? That's the first question. What are the ethical issues related to drug abuse? Okay. Ethical issues related to drug abuse. First question. Second questions. Second question. Have you written the first question? Second question. Mention the policy measures. Mention policy measures to tackle such issue. Mention policy measures to tackle such issue. Okay. How will you tackle this problem? That will be the second question. Huh? Louder. Done? Should I repeat the question? You have written the question. Now give me the answer. You had 3 days time, na? Friday also was off. So first we'll discuss the second question, the policy measures related to this case. So for sample answer related to ethical issues, how will you be writing the ethical issues? I already forwarded an answer, model answer to one of your friend. I cannot forward to all numbers. No, I have only limited people contacting me. I'm not in a group. So please ask your friend who has been forwarded that answer, get it from him. Huh? So you'll get an idea like how you have to frame the answers. Yes. Now, what are the policy measures, my dear friend? Bataiye. Huh? So very. Yes, it is there. No. NS, Narcotic Substances Prohibition Act or something. NSPDS or something. So what is that? NDPS, I think. Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. Okay. What is this related to this act? So see, we'll write the policy measures one by one. Okay. So first point in that you can draw a diagram either in the flow chart manner or any diagrammatic format. You can give your solutions. It's up to you. Okay. So this will do, it will fetch more marks for you. Then you can write in point wise also. So point one, what can we do? Both short term and the long term measures we have to give in these types of questions. Okay, you'll get these types of questions often. So first one, prioritize. See, in the case study, you are given like even the young people till the children are affected because of this psychotropic substances. So you have to give the solutions accordingly. Okay, suggest the policies accordingly. First one, first point, prioritize going up the supply chain. Prioritize going up the supply chain. Going up the supply chain. Okay, to the source. Going up the supply chain to the source of narcotics. Okay, supply chain to the source of narcotics. You have to trace down from where this narcotics is flowing down. Okay, so that's the first point. Second, undercover operations. So where this drugs and all will be flowing, especially if you take some parties like rave parties, very often it is going on rave parties and all. Many people go from here to the hill stations for rave parties and all. They organize around the Saturday, Sunday. So in order to do that, we have to carry on undercover operations. So second point is undercover operations. Undercover operations. You're suggesting policies, okay? Mention that undercover operations, put a hyphen and write where officers have to infiltrate. Officers have to infiltrate the party places. Where officers have to infiltrate the party places. The party places in undercover and get hold of the mafia. Okay, second point, undercover operations. Third, carry out silent operations. put a hyphen and write by tracking call records, by tracking call records of students, tracking call records of students who are in touch with, students who are in touch with frequent offenders, okay, frequent offenders of drug trafficking, frequent offenders of drug trafficking. So in the case study, you would have written the last sentence like this, no, where the students, new students are brought into this vicious cycle. They are often, trapped inside this. So mainly for that, we are carrying out the operations to track down the call records. Police can do that, right? Then fourth point, actively conduct a any doubt? Somebody, you don't know the question because many of you are absent also on that day. All of you are having the question or not? If not, you get it from your friends, okay? So actively conduct a state level intervention project. So this is also a bioethics only, drug related issue. State level intervention project. Underline that. So what is this called as intervention project? State hyphen level intervention project. So many a time they will be conducting this intervention project. If you have seen that, especially the police people will be involved into it. So they, along with the NGOs, actively like no drugs, save our children. Like this, they will give some topic, then they will conduct some program. They will call all the parents of that locality. They will meet the parents. They will meet the school teachers and all. They will conduct a program to create awareness and all. So this is called state level intervention project. Put a hyphen and write our responsibility to children like that. For example, I'm giving, okay, our responsibility to children. Like this, many project will be conducted. Our responsibility to children, to arrest the phenomena, inside the quotation, our responsibility children, inside the quotation, to arrest the phenomena, okay. Arrest, A-R-R-E-S-T, arrest the phenomena, the problem, to arrest the phenomena. Then fifth point, collaboration of police with students, with state level anti-narcotics. Police with state level anti-narcotics, anti-narcotics, special action force. How will you get these points, students? See, I am dictating for you for this type of issue here in the class. If suppose some issue is coming like this, for you, even in the question paper, they may ask certain problems. I already told nowadays case studies are coming in this pattern only. Issues they will take and then they will frame a case and they will give to you. How will you write an answer like this? How will you know that what are those bodies which are there, which is tackling these types of problems? What are those acts which are available, to you to handle these types of issues if it is happening? How will you know? Louder. Newspaper reading is must. You have to read the newspaper. Those which comes in the newspapers issues only is made as a case study, not from some alien planet they are importing for you. Okay, it is there in the newspaper for past 1 year. This news would have come. Frequently, you will see these news. Like last month, they also introduced a national suicide prevention strategy. Anytime question can be framed in that issue also. Okay, so we'll be seeing after this. Where you have left? Action force. Underline that. State level anti-narcotic special action force. In that itself, they will discuss what are the bodies available here, what are the acts which is available in India to tackle this issue. Okay. To stringently implement laws like, LAWS like LAWS, laws like, now you write NDPS Act. That is, what is NDPS? Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. See, collaboration of police with state level anti-narcotic special action force. Done till this? To stringently implement laws like Narcotic Drugs and Psychotic Substances Act. I think the spelling is wrong. Please check for it. Psychotropic or something I've written. Psychotic, TRICRTRO. Right? Okay. Please correct it. Psychotic Substances. NDPS Act. Okay. 1985. Done? Okay. What will be the long-term solution? So we have given some short-term solutions. And this act, there is some provisions also. What is that provision? Anybody know about this act? That if a person has committed, if he is supplying drugs, he can be arrested, no, without non-bailable warrant. He can be arrested and he can be imprisoned for how long? Maximum 2 years we have. Okay. So he will not get any bail. Drugs. It is mentioned in the act like that. If it is a so like based on that, I don't know clearly about that act. Please check that quantity and all. Okay, so this act is the one which gives a base for arresting a person. Okay. Fine is also charged. Okay, along with the arrest, you have to pay fine also, but it's a non-bailable warrant once you are arrested under this act. Okay, so this act is the one which is governing all those things. So what will be the long-term solutions? Our friends will tell. Please try, not a problem. No issues. You have any idea? How will you solve? Counseling. Okay. So those who are into that drug, you know, who are addicted will go for counseling sessions. What about the other people? School level program. Okay. Awareness generation. We are inducting some program in the education system itself. SLGs. Okay, so these people and all will come and collaborate. That is called collaborative participation from various sectors, various segments, even the parents, they themselves. Okay, first you write one point that is very important. See, drug abuse or drug addiction is always seen as a social stigma. No. So it has to be changed. The mentality has to be changed. There should be an attitude shift has to take place. So attitudinal shift, first point. The need of the hour is attitudinal shift. Put a hyphen and write. What is that called as attitudinal shift? Okay. Attitudinal shift. Attitude has to be shifted now. The way you think.
On international boundaries like Bangladesh and Pakistan and India.
For flowing of drugs. So tightening the surveillance measures. Okay, very good. So first finish this point. Put a hyphen and write. Consider drug addiction among youngsters. So this and all point will not be given by everyone, which makes you unique. Okay, so this point has to be mentioned. Then write. Consider drug addiction among youngsters as a disease. Underline that. Now only they have identified suicide as a disease. No. National strategy, the suicide prevention strategy has been introduced last month. In that they have mentioned. Same way you have to consider this as a disease. They have not. So sigma among youngsters as a disease, please mention that as a disease and try to end the social stigma. And try to end the social stigma with proper curative intervention. Proper curative intervention. From the beginning, proper curative. With the proper curative intervention. Youngsters as a disease. And try to end, E-N-D, try to end, okay, stop, end the social stigma with STIGMA, social stigma with proper curative intervention. Proper curative intervention from beginning. From beginning, full stop. Okay. Creating awareness. Enjoyment. That's only, it starts as enjoyment. No, everything starts as an enjoyment. They're curious. No, the curiosity quotient is high in many of us. So what we do, we want to explore new things. So we have to say that it's safe to play with something. Other things are definitely, they will hurt you. If you want to play with it, it will hurt you. That one such thing is drug. Here also I'm telling you, don't try. Yeah, that and all is after the, so there is a propagator for yoga. Very good. So this balances mind also, no? Make direct interventions through peer groups. Next point, direct intervention through peer groups. We can use peer groups for good thing also, like this. Okay, in attitude, you'll study a lot about peer groups. Through peer groups, PEER. What is peer groups? The closely associated groups is called as the peer groups. Okay. Done. Second point. Third, activate cyber patrol. Activate cyber-patrol to keep eye on. Activate cyber-patrol, CYBER, cyber-patrol. To keep an eye on suspicious profiles. Cyber patrol. No, patrolling they do know here in the vehicle, same way, cyber patrol.
Can you repeat the line?
Keep an eye on suspicious profiles. Repeat the third point, don't worry. Activate cyber patrol to keep an eye on suspicious profiles. Okay, suspicious profiles. Done? Completed? Add one more point in that. Cyber security. How is that in India? Very poor, no. On the other hand, you take Korea, China, No. Only 3 people for some. Top 10 where everybody is flying out of India, no. You don't provide job security here. You don't provide proper money here. You go as a cyber security professional. You'll be earning in dollars here. So that's why, there is no assurance of job and there is lack of awareness also. Here, there is lack of professionals in this field. You explore about that. You collect data related to cyber security issues in India. You'll see a lot. Underline that line. You have to explore further about cyber security issues. Okay. Then fourth point, family and teachers supports. Family and teacher supports are required. Okay. Family and teacher supports are required not only in the initial phase. Okay. Not only in the initial phase. As somebody asked me, pleasure seeking. And you just touch it for pleasure. You just touch it for one time. Your friends has insisted you. Then what happens? Over the period, you cannot survive without it. Right? Where have you left in that point? Not only the initial phase, but also during the relapse period. So one time the family will support. Okay, they will bring you to the de-addiction center. They will admit you in the de-addiction center. They will make all the arrangements for that. Then again, you escape from the de-addiction center. You take drug and come inside. Then what happened? They will complain to the parents. See, your son or daughter is not obeying the law properly here. And everybody is very mischievous, again and again taking or consuming drugs. So what do you want to do? Now the parents becomes very angry. In some cases, they leave the children like that only. They never take care of the children. They don't want to support the children further regarding this because again and again they are involving into it. Okay, so that is the main problem. Relapses sets in. Next point. State along with the non-state actors. Okay, state along with the non-state actors. Non-state actors. So we are mentioning all those non-governmental organizations. Okay, state along with the non-state actors has to conduct a multi-pronged campaign. has to conduct a multi-pronged campaign. MULTIPRONGED hyphen campaign. Campaign. Multi-pronged campaign. Campaign. PRONGED. Okay. Pronged campaign. See, there is an unit for you as attitude. In that, you will be learning some words called as social influence and persuasion. Okay. In this, yes. Any doubt, any issues? Why so much voices I'm hearing? Voice of voiceless. So you can see, like, there is a topic called social influence and persuasion. In that, I'll be teaching you how you can influence other people, how you can persuade other people. This is a very important topic because all the case studies, the long-term measures which you are going to give will include this point. Okay. So I'm just giving the basic points only. I will not touch up with that keywords. Once we have learned the keywords, we'll come across various sources, various things like instrumental conditioning is a word which you will learn there. What is instrumental conditioning means? If somebody is doing a good activity or good behavior, then you appreciate them. So that what happens? They repeat that. Okay. And if somebody is doing something unwanted in the society or which is not desirable other people, then you punish them. So what happens? That will not get repeated again and again. That we call as instrumental conditioning in ethics. Okay. That is called as instrumental conditioning. Okay. But in basically when you are writing in governance part, you will write as punish people who are doing this, who are acting as an offender, punish them with more stringent measures. And you will mention that those who are trying to inform to the concerned cell which is special cell which is created, a special task force which is created to stop this type of spread of psychotic substances, you will reward them. Instead of that, in ethics, you have to write a word called as instrumental conditioning, put a hyphen, then you have to give the point. Okay. So I'm not mentioning here in this case. I'll give basic points only. After crossing this unit, you will connect those words here in your cases. Okay. Do you get it now? Because many of you don't get it what I'm coming to say. You just think I'm talking in Latin or Greece. So, but one of the student has done it. I'm very proud of that person because he has already connected some keywords. Okay. So it takes time to connect the keywords in the particular places, but you all will do it. Okay. As I have already crossed many batches, they have done it. Once when completed, they will do this. So I used to make step by step only. Right. Now you take the point. Which point? Attitudinal shift. What we have written? See, actually, what it is, what they think is that if somebody is in drug, you tell me what your parents will tell. Suppose some of your friends has got addicted to drug. You're telling this in your family. What they will tell you? It's seen only as a social stigma. That is, it's seen immoral act only. Okay, it's seen that this person is totally against morality. He is totally a evil. It's like that. We used to talk in that manner only. Then they also used to say, don't talk with this person. Don't have. They are completely considered as an untouchable people only, and you have to stay away from them. This is what your parents tell. They don't tell you, please go and support him. You just talk to him in a nice manner, bring him out of it. Nobody will tell that because they want to save their own children. They want to keep them safe. But will it happen? Even if your parents are telling that, will you obey it? If he is your friend, you will go and talk to him. That is natural. So the thing is that instead of considering this as a social stigma, you can consider this as a disease. Okay. So even previously, they considered suicide as a social stigma act only. Those who are committing suicide are kept away from the society. Further harsh treatment for them. Even under IPC 309, it was a criminal act. No, they will arrest if you are attempting to suicide and put you in jail. What is the use? Same way here, we are treating this same. Those who are involving in drug acts and all, we are trying to alienate them from the society. So instead of seeing like that, those who are getting addicted has to be seen as a disease. Okay. So then you have to treat them in the proper way. That is attitudinal shift. What is attitude? That is the second unit. No. And the first introduction classes, I explained what is attitude. Are you present? No. Oh. So then your friends who are present will help you. What is attitude? Huh? Anyone. Unka batao what is attitude? One's own point of view. How you see this particular thing, anything which is in front of you. Either it can be a person, either it can be an object, or it can be a problem. You are given with a problem in the name of case study. You are seeing it in one dimension, one direction. Your friend will see it in the different direction. He may think differently, you may think differently. That is called attitude. Okay, the way you think. So now the need is attitude shift. Okay, previously you think that it is a totally evil activity, but now you have to consider this as a disease and have to treat accordingly. That is called attitude. Understood? Done? So again, if you are seeing, when you are coming to the second unit, you'll understand it better. Where we have left the last point. Okay. So proper implementation of laws. There is a difference between common sense and attitude. What is common sense? Yes. What is common sense, first of all?
The general perception coming in the mind. Floating on.
The common sense is something like which you have to have when you are behaving in a particular society. Okay, that is called as common sense. The knowledge which you have already acquired and you are having, that is called common sense. Attitude is not a knowledge. Attitude is the way you are seeing a thing. Okay, it varies. One time you may have a positive attitude towards the person who is sitting nearby. Next time you will not sit near to him or her. Shift in attitude, you go to other places. Same. You know, sometimes you like traveling by buses. You may have a bad experience. Then your attitude gets shift. You don't want to go by buses and all. Right? So this is called attitude. The way you perceive the things is called attitude. Okay? Common sense is totally different. What is this? What I came to write? I forgot. Instrumental conditioning. You mentioned this word, please. Instrumental conditioning. Then you put a hyphen and write strict implementation of laws. Okay, and more stringent punishments. Strict implementation of laws. Even you mentioned strict implementation of laws and more stringent punishments for the strict implementation of laws and more stringent punishments. Okay, more stringent punishments. Stringent. So how you say here? Stringent only, no? Punishments for the offenders. Okay, for the offenders. Then last point. Local bodies. Have you written this point? The point you have written here, instrumental conditioning over. Should I repeat it? Strict implementation of laws and stringent punishments for the offenders. Strict implementation of laws and stringent punishment for the offenders. Then next point. Local bodies have to ensure that. Local bodies have to ensure that. Local bodies have to ensure that local stores put up local stores put up boards, BOARDS. Local bodies have to ensure that local stores put up boards declaring boards, BOARDS, board. Boards declaring that they do not sell. Declaring that they do not sell additive substances in their shop. They do not sell additive substances. They do not sell additive substances. This is something which comes out of responsibility. Okay. Additive substances. They do not sell additive substances. Full stop. Take one more point if you want. Take one more point. Awareness campaign. Already we have not written, I think. Awareness campaigns. Put a hyphen and write. Awareness campaigns at all levels can be conducted. Awareness campaigns at all levels can be conducted. Why I am mentioning at all levels? Very good. At all levels of stages. Even children's getting addicted. Schools, colleges, youth. Okay, unemployed youth are getting involved into drug addictions. Even the middle-aged people are also getting involvement in drug addiction. So how you can overcome them? Then that should be a stage level specific programs has to be designed. Okay, put a hyphen and write street plays. Street plays. How you are going to generate awareness? Through street plays, comma, campaigns. Campaigns. Somebody is repeating against me. Etc. Okay. And educational programs has to be. And educational programs has to be. Educational programs has to be included in curriculum. Educational programs has to be included in curriculum. In the bracket, you mentioned value education. Value education. That is a separate topic, no? Role of society, family, educational institution in inculcating values. In that, we will study about value education. So, mention value education inside. Done? So, this is one issue. So, what will be the ethical issues related to this case? What will be the ethical problems you will observe in this case? See, you can put like this first for related to children. What are the ethical issues? Then second, youth. Okay. How it is affecting the family? How it is affecting the society? Okay. Like this, you can mention various issues. So we'll discuss a bit informal here. You make the points, then forward to me. So what will be the ethical issues related to drugs? Louder. So you would have heard a lot of news. You would have read in the newspapers also then and there. The problems related to drugs. What are the issues? See, a person who are involving or who are getting addicted to drugs will behave like a beast instead of a human. You know what is beast? Like an animal. You would have seen, no, in lot of issues, lot of cases, lot of criminal acts, violence acts are done because of the people who are involving or who are taking drugs. Okay, so what happens is totally ends up in violence and criminal acts. It increases criminal acts, so it's harming the society. Again, family members are also harmed in some way, because what happens, these people want to take drug at that specific time. If they don't take drugs, they will behave in an abnormal way. And what happens? They're harming the family members also sometimes. Some crimes are ending up in that manner. So this is also totally a immoral way of behavior. Okay, then any other? Human trafficking is also increasing. Then involving in crimes rate are increasing because family don't give you money. Then what you do? Just go and steal somewhere. You hurt some people. So these types of actions, these are some of the ethical issues which are revolving around this drug abuse or drug issues. Okay, and they are totally deteriorating the demographic dividend of India. Especially that is why these people are terrorizing people in the form of drugs. No, drugs are entering into India through the golden triangle and golden crescent. We already discussed, but now in the form of psychotropic substances. The synthetic drugs, because that is very costly. So now they came to synthetic drugs. Very easily it is pumped inside, and with the low money also you can purchase it, you can get involved into it. So it is totally affecting the base, the demographic dividend of India, and the contributions the people are giving to the country. So totally this and all is spoiled. Future of the youth is affected. Future of the children is affected. Okay, so like this, you have to discuss the ethical issues related to drug abuse, drug issues. Okay, so I am leaving this to you. We have discussed a bit here. So surf the internet, take more points, then send it to me. Let me see how you are discussed there. Now, we'll go to the next case, next issue. Suicide. What is suicide? What is that? Self-killing, self-relieving from world. Self-liberation. Moksha. You will not get moksha. They say, no, I'm not saying. All the Hindu traditions and all, and even like a lot of religion is saying. What is that? What case it is? A mass suicide case. That is religious. I will come to that. Saleh Khana you are talking about. What is that case? More people. What is the case? What is the name? Burari incident. Very good. Burari, mass killing cases came in newspapers. So suicide. Previously it is considered. They made a documentary na. Over. Over. Shall we start? Is there anything to share here? That is a stupid belief through which they hang themselves. So suicide is totally, now there was last month, November 2022, I think, there was a strategy plan which was given out by the government, which was made on the guidelines of WHO, okay, World Health Organization. Very recently, they asked in 2022, a question was put forward to, what was that question? Related to WHO guidelines only. Pollution related. There was a question, in your mains paper. What was the question? Who has recently introduced some guidelines related to pollution issues? PM 2.5 particulate matter related questions. So that came in your question paper. Same way, this may come in different way. They may not ask WHO guidelines and all. Based on the WHO guidelines, they brought the national strategy for suicide prevention. This was the strategy. They introduced very recently. Previously, suicide was considered as a crime. And one of you has already said about the Jain's way of, dying. Saleh Khana. This is called as, they will refuse to eat. Then they will die. This is sometimes called in South India as Vadakirital. They call this as Vadakirital. Very great. The great kings also used to do it. They will sit towards north without eating food. Then they will die. So that is something which is related to religious. Okay, even the Rajasthan High Court has ruled out it is also a form of suicide only. Then they told that there is some articles in your constitution. Please go and check that. What are those articles which is related to religious freedom, religious autonomy you has? 25, 26, 27, 28, I think. 4 articles are there, related to religious freedom. You can choose your religion freely. You have to practice it. You have to propagate it. They told this is a form of religious practice which a Jain undergoes and does not come under suicide. Okay, so please don't consider that as a suicide. But Burari case is totally different. Okay, so they said that if you are committing suicide, you will attain salvation, and then they committed murder. Okay, so suicide is now a decriminalized act in India. So now they will not arrest and then they will charge you. Okay, under some sections. Then what is that which comes under the suicide? See, especially in bioethics, if you take confidentiality is very important. Okay, when you are handling a patient, the information of the patient has to be kept confidential, and the issues related to the patient should not be known to anyone unless until that person is a minor. Only the close relatives of the person has to be informed that this person has this particular complications and all. Okay, this is the main important thing in medical ethics. But when you take suicide, this is completely eroded. Confidentiality of the patient cannot be maintained. Why? Because a person who is committing suicide has to be closely watched by all the people who are near him, starting from the parents to the teachers, to the society members who are with him, his friends, everyone has to be informed about it. So on the basis of 2 concepts called as beneficence and non-maleficence. So this is another concept which you have to add in bioethics. We will do it once we are defining, okay? Non-maleficence. What is this? Anybody? Any doctor here? Only? Yes. What is beneficence and non-maleficence? Beneficence means do good. Non-maleficence means do no harm. you would have heard about the Hippocratic Oath. What's Hippocratic Oath? Hippocrates, who is he? He's a philosopher, no? He is the father of medicine. Very good. So when a doctor is entering this profession, he will not go like as we are seeing the president and prime minister, I, so and so. They will not take oath like this. But when you are wearing that white coat, it means you have taken the Hippocratic Oath. What is Hippocratic Oath? The first thing is that you have to do good for the patient. You should no way harm the patient. No, nowadays it is not happening. In many cases, what happened? In many forms, the doctors are doing harm. How? Taking the medical, getting tie up with the medical company. Then you are promoting a drug. That is also a form of harm you are doing to the people. No, what side effect you doesn't know. They are introducing a drug. They are saying, I am paying 30% profit to you. Doctor suggests that medicine. Okay, so beneficence and non-maleficence are the two policies, two things which a doctor has to keep in mind, along with the principle of confidentiality. But in case of suicide, the principle of confidentiality has to be overridden by the principle of beneficence and non-maleficence, because here the patient life is very important. In order to save the patient's life, in order to benefit the patient, he has to be informed. It has to be informed to the close relatives to keep watch of this person, because it doesn't mean that if a person is trying to commit suicide one time, he will stop there. Okay, repeatedly, he may try again and again, and one time he may die also. So this is happening in many cases, okay? So now you take a case related to suicide. Beneficence means do good. That meaning is do good. That is do good to the patient, okay? And non-maleficence means do not harm. Now take the case. In this particularly, the applied ethics will be done with case studies only, okay? So take down the case. You are posted as a small case study only, but you are going to frame the answers. You are posted as you're posted as an IAS officer in a district. Posted as an IAS officer in a district. Recently, a case has occurred. District, full stop. Recently, a case has occurred. Recently, a case has occurred where a schoolboy, case has occurred where a schoolboy has committed suicide. Where a schoolboy has committed suicide. Okay, committed suicide because his parents scolded for not. Recently, a schoolboy has committed suicide because his parents have scolded for not scoring good marks in his exams. Not scoring good marks in his exams. Okay. In further inquiring about the incident, you found that further inquiring about the incident, okay, you found that there had been many suicides. There had been many suicides reported from the district earlier. Okay, earlier also there were many cases like this, and the act was committed by. So this is one type of case study. Already we have seen 3 cases. No, 3 case studies or 4? 3 case study, 4 case study. 4, I think. Case study 4, no. 3 or 4. Done. That is 4th one is written as Narcotic Substances Act. This is 5th one then. So 4 we have done. This is 5th one. In every cases you would see different of patterns will be there. But mostly what they are asking last 2 years, any case it might be, they will ask you to list out the ethical issues from the cases. That is why in every case study, I'm giving you, mention the ethical issues involved in the above cases. So here also you can see there will be a lot of problems associated with suicide is a common issue, but there will be various problems associated with suicide. We are going to write. Okay, so where we have stopped? Committed by various age groups, committed by various age groups and for varying reasons. Okay, age groups and for varying reasons, different reasons. Full stop. Media has also reported about all these cases, and doing cover stories when you're writing, read it. I will be asking questions to you. Cover stories about the incident. Okay, full stop. Have you done this point? Finish? Should I repeat? About the incident, full stop. Next point. Further, you came to know that more than half of the youth in the district are jobless and even many of the people who are committing suicide belong to farming community. Suicides belong to farming communities. Full stop. Farming communities. Okay, full stop. Due to unpredicted and scarcity of rainfall. Unpredicted and scarcity of rainfall. Okay, unpredicted and scarcity of rainfall. The income of these people went down. These people went down, and income of these people went down, and they are suffering from severe losses and loan problems. Severe losses and loan problems. You know, loan sharks, they take up money from them, meter this, that, and then what happens? Debt in types of, they say this is meter debt. You know, like how meter is running fastly, then you have to pay EMI also in that pattern to these people, the loan sharks, where they have taken in an informal structure, they are providing loans daily. They will provide the money. Daily you have to pay them back. Yes. So with interest. Now suggest measures. Put full stop and write. Suggest measures to tackle the above said problems. Okay. Suggest some innovative measures. To stop and prevent suicides. To stop and prevent suicides. Full stop. And to stop and prevent suicides. Okay. Now read the question to yourself and tell me what are the problems There is a question that mentions solution for all the problems, So this type of case also will come. One issue is suicide. With this suicide, they will connect all the problems which are prevailing there. Sometimes there will be different issues in a cases, not suicide. Different types of issues they will put up inside a district. Then they will give you as a case. How are you going to tackle all these problems, social evils which is prevalent in that particular place? But in some places, what they will do, they will put one issue, then they will connect all the problems, all age groups are committing suicide. Why? How will you tackle that? First, general suicide prevention measures you have to give. Then how are you going to handle the jobless youth? How are you going to handle the farmer community? Okay. So this way our students, all this you have to give step by step. Now you read the problem and tell me what are the problem involved in these cases. So there were 3 types of suicides mentioned there. That only? No, my question is only these 3 are the problems which you see there. These 3 problems only? Over? This and all something which is connected, cause of events, but like cause and effect, which we call. There is one problem I'm asking in the case. When you're reading the case study, when you are solving in the exam, how will you do it? You have to read the case. You have to underline the fact. How? I am waiting for that word called media. There is some word called media which is mentioned in your case study. Have you seen that? There is another topic for you. After this, it will follow. That is called media ethics. Okay. This is another section. After bioethics, you'll be seeing media ethics. So irresponsible media coverage. Media is the 4th pillar of your democracy. So how it has to be? So far, no question has been asked in that. Digital only they were asking. Last 2 years, they are asking from digital economy, digital transformation. What are the issues? Anytime they may ask related to media ethics. Okay, that is the next issue. So here in your case also that it is mentioned. Irresponsible media coverage, doing cover stories and all. Now they will run to that place. Then they will make up many stories. They will put up for you like a drama. Nowadays they're doing episodes. No, other than films, dramas are going very well. Now, what are those issues? How are you handling? How are you going to tackle these issues now? Okay. Any other person? Okay. So we can provide that for youth who is uneducated and unemployed. Okay. But for educated youth, what you are going to do? Even there is a scheme called Umang, I think, which is connected with Magnarega, MGNREGA scheme. They are providing skill training also. They will choose one member from each family. Then they will provide skill training to the person. They will employ them in the respective field. Okay. So any other ideas? So how will you prevent suicide first? That is the first question. Very good. So somebody other than someone has answered. Any other point you like to share here? Meetings with teachers. That is counseling to the, not only to the children. You have to give for parent-teacher counseling as also should be done. Okay. So attitude has to be changed totally. Because see, many cases, the students are not committing suicide on their own. Why they are committing suicide? There is a force from some other people, like especially the parents, the teachers. Teachers scolds them in front of everyone. It makes them embarrassing to face their friends again. Many cases. Okay, so one 9-year-old boy. It's a real incident which happened and which was in the newspaper. The parents scolded him in front of the friends. What he did, he came home, he locked his bathroom, committed suicide. 9 to 10 years old. What he will know? Nothing. So who is creating these types of instinct in him that he has to commit suicide if he's in an embarrassing situation and all? In that period, when we are young and all, 10 years old, they will beat in front of the friends only. Come here. What have we done? Nicely left and right, we will red cheeks, we will have, then we will laugh and then we will take on sweet and go home. And our parents are like that, we accepted it, but now it is totally different. Now the generation is totally different. You cannot simply scold them also. Yes. So media's role is very, very important. So first, which I like to discuss in this case is responsible media coverage. The first point should be responsible media coverage. Mention point number 1. Responsible media coverage, that is media ethics, which you will learn as a next topic. Okay. So what is meant by responsible media coverage? To stop the suicidal contagion. Suicide is like a disease, no? Suicidal contagion. So responsible media coverage to stop suicidal contagion. 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 Contagious. Contagious disease. What is meant by that? What is contagious disease? Which can be spread, okay, through contacts, any contact. So that is contagious diseases. Suicide is also one such thing only. If you see some news related to suicide, then what happened? You also will tell no, sometimes you will not do it, but you just threaten your parents, no, see, if you are torturing me like this, I will also commit suicide like this one day. We used to tell these things. Why? Because we are repeatedly seeing those types of news and it creates an impact on our mind. It's like a disease, contagious diseases. So how it has to be done in a responsible way? Any news to be shared? Very both happy. Yeah, that is. See, this and all is one strategies which we can use. And second thing is that whenever these types of news are there in the media, then you have to show the after suicidal effect in the family. The person has committed suicide. Father or mother has committed suicide. Put kerosene in the body, put fire because husband has scolded. Now what happens to the children? Who will take care of the children after that? 3-year-old boy, 5-year-old girl. Nothing. After that, these people are like orphans only. You have to show these things to the people first. See this. What happens after the family loses a member? If it is a children, how the parents are feeling after that? So that has to be propagated in the proper manner instead of doing covers. See what brave soul. The husband has scolded and this lady cannot tolerate that, committed suicide. Put kerosene all over her, put fire. Now another lady is in fire. After seeing that, no. Inside fire, outside fire also. End up. Now, so see that and all for a moment. In that moment, in the flick of a second, you just take this, you end up in suicide. That is a problem now, that 1 minute lapse. Okay, so crisis services, put hyphen and write. The media should include resources such as crisis services. Crisis services, if there is, you are feeling that. What is crisis services? If you're feeling that you have to do suicide, contact this number. When you type ways to end your life, just type in the internet now. Ways to end your life. What will you end up? First thing. See, this is not the end of the world. No, they bring up this message to you. So there is a lot of ways to stop this. Suicide prevention strategy. Ashra helpline will come, no, will appear in your front of your eyes in the legible font. This much big, they will bring. So we are here to talk. Come, call us, talk to us, share your problems. We are here to help you. This is called crisis services. That has to be mentioned in the media first. Okay, crisis services. Come on. Crisis services, come on. Thereby leaving positive and messages of hope. Crisis services and messages of hope. So the media coverage should include resources like crisis services and messages of hope. HOPE, hope. Messages of hope. Messages of hope. Come on. Thereby leaving positive impact. Where you are left? Hope. Thereby creating positive impact. Thereby creating positive impact on public. Positive. See, only few days I will be discussing the cases here completely. That is why I'm making you to write also. After a week or 10 days, I will just discuss the answers here. You have to make your answers. At that time, don't please come and tell me, madam, send me model answer. You know, then I'll be on fire because last batch students who was taken from your elite, yes, last week when I end up the classes, he has come, madam, please provide me model answers. Then where were you in the classes? 10 days or 15 days, I am giving answers pattern for you. And I'm also asking you to write the answer and forward to me. Why? It is not for me. I'm not going to do anything with your answers. Thing is that I want to see how you have learned, how you have observed the facts which I'm teaching here in the classes, or whether you're putting up it in the right places or not. If you're not doing it, then how will you learn it after the class gets over? Anywhere you will not get this type of idea. You can go and attend. After 2 years, 3 years, you go and attend a ethics class conducted as module. Okay, then come and meet me. How they are teaching for you and what I am asking you to do. I am asking you to be innovative in nature. That is what the government expects from you as a civil servant. That is why Mission Karma Yogi and all has been introduced. Same they expect in your paper also. They don't expect you want to be all the same. They don't want it. They want you to be unique in nature. They want you all to be different when you are approaching the same question. The same question, how we are writing in a different way. That is what they require from you. If you are following a friend, if you're following some person who has scored the top marks, top scorer, I'm following them. I'm following this person. What is the use? Hundreds and 200s and 300s of people who are not here will follow, will do the same. Then how you will get more marks? How will you get? You will be outstanding than others. So that is why I'm asking you to make your own answers. Okay. And I'm here for that only. I'm not here for teaching you. I'm here to guide you. Keep that in mind. No teacher, if he's teaching, is just teaching you NCERTs only in any subject you take. So what is the difference that a teacher has to do in the classes is to guide you to write an answer. I am not getting answers from your side. I am here in spite of my busy schedule. I am running my own company. I went the last 3 days because that's why I was not able to engage with you on Friday. So I am doing it in between. I'm correcting it for you. Then what is the problem with you people? Why are you not sending answers to me? See, this is for your own benefit, I am telling. That is not for benefit of me, okay? I am not going to get anything from that. I'm not paid extra anything. Even I am doing something free of service only. Why I am doing it? It is for you, because if my student sits there, from Labasa, they are calling me, no? They're telling me, madam, I am here. It's because of you. Only that word. I'm not going to get some cash from them. Okay, you are there, no? Send me 10%. No, because you are there, you score nice marks in ethics and all, and score nice marks in political science, send me this much percentage. You will run away from me, no? No, that's your own effort. Only I can guide you, right? So then, leaving positive impact on public and potentially help a person in crisis. And potentially help a person in crisis by reminding them. Help a person in crisis. Help a person in crisis by reminding them that suicide is not the only option. Suicide is not the only option. Okay. Then now comes your persuasion techniques. Okay. So this and all to stop or prevent the suicides. We are discussing in the general manner. Okay. So next point, seeking help of popular personalities. Underline that. You asked me, how to write methods, measures, persuasion, social influence. This is how you have to write. So seeking the help of popular personalities to spread awareness about suicides. Underline that, popular personalities. Seeking help of popular personalities to spread awareness. Popular personalities to spread awareness about suicides. Okay. Inside bracket, you mentioned desirable social influence. Desirable, DESIRABLE. Social influence. Social influence, should I write here? No. Social influence. Close the bracket. Desirable social influence. This is called desirable social influence, which you will study in your attitude unit. So the desirable sources, the popular personalities can be used to spread the awareness campaign. Say I go and talk to the village people. Will they listen? They don't know who I am. You know, they don't know. Even if the village person is talking to them, they will never listen to them. But instead, there is some person who influence, who generate masses. When they speak, they attract the masses. There are some leaders like that we already know. Name some who can influence masses. Even Hitler, you tell, he is trying to influence the masses. No, Castro, Fidel Castro, Abraham Lincoln. Those people, if they start talking, what happened? Okay, he's talking about Yogi Adityanath. Might be like these people's when they start talking, automatically the crowds will come and sit and to listen to these people, the way they talk, the way they give their speech. That is called desirable social influences. Even some people who are popular in the medias. Okay, so now if Shah Rukh Khan is coming and talking, don't commit suicide, that is not the only option. Then what happens? People, Shah Rukh has said, Shah Rukh ji has said, we are not going to commit suicide. Same way, any female actress, any male actress, any sports person, they can come and talk. They can give some message to the people that this is not the only problem. Even when AIDS awareness campaign was conducted, some South Indian stars gave speeches in the radios also. In FMs, they will come. Like Kamal Haasan used to come and say that you don't, alienate these people from the society. So now the people's mentality will change. Next point, desirable sources, that is okay. Friendly policing. Friendly policing. Even at this point in the previous case study, what was the previous case study? We are talking about drug abuse. In the children are involved. There was recently one news in the newspaper. Have you noticed it? Child-friendly police stations are now installed. Now they are bringing child-friendly policing. They are training the police officers to be children-friendly. Children can be both victims and both offenders also. No? Juvenile crimes are happening. More juvenile crimes are only happening here in India. So they don't know how to handle a juvenile. So they don't know. They use harsh, abusive languages, beat them like dogs. Even the victims, they don't know how to talk to them. The police people, batao. Then the child will cry, mummy, this uncle is scolding me. Because the officers are very hard outside. They don't know how to talk. Even in home, they used to talk the same manner. No, that is not their fault. The training was like that. So now they're trying to, make them a bit casual, sociable in manner. So that is why we call it friendly policing. In Delhi, you will come across that. Police is your friend. They will put some song and come in the patrolling vehicle. They put some songs. What is that? There is some scheme also, friendly policing scheme in Delhi. So that only we are mentioning here, friendly policing. Mention that, put a hyphen and write. Anything you want to share? Then why so much discussions inside? Can organize meeting. So in friendly policing, so you can put a hyphen and write. Okay, can organize meetings where police officers can conduct friendly campaigns. Okay, friendly campaigns. Not like a police officers. You have to get down to the people, talk to them in a normal way. You have to say that we are here if you face any problem. Lot of issues, not only suicide. Why suicide is happening? Campaign. What I have told you. Friendly campaigns. Okay. So what happens? Many cases, some illegal acts are happening because of that. The people of fear about that, then they commit suicide. Girls threatening by a group. Okay, so see, your videos will be leaked out in the media. They don't know what is happening there. Suddenly they commit suicide, not even informing the family members. Nobody knows what is happening. So for that, the police has to be there. No, if police is there, they have certain security in hand. See, sir, this person is threatening me like this. Once he was my ex, but now he is not. But he is threatening me now. So he's saying that I'll spread your photos everywhere. You go and contact the police. Police will help you because now they are your friend. You have that security with them, no? A very bad manner, no? Yeah. So the way you question, you will run out of the police station. You will directly commit suicide after hearing those abusive words. Even before, you don't have that idea After entering the police station, you will end up in that manner only. Many cases. Eve teasing, rape victims, everybody is handled in the same manner only. Okay. So that is why we are saying the attitude change for the police personnel has to happen. Next point. Next point. Similarly placed sources. Using similarly placed sources. Similarly placed sources. Similarly placed sources. Underline that. Similarly placed sources. Similarly placed sources. What is called similarly placed sources? Same kind of event. So what it means? Same kind of events means a person who has undergone same problem. Okay, might be he might be a drug addict person. He would have committed suicide. He would have tried to commit suicide. Now you make them talk to these people. Okay, so somebody is facing some problems. Then he may encountered a same issue. Maybe trying to commit suicide. Now he can come and talk to these people. See, I am also once like you only. Okay, now I am okay. I am better. Same way, if you have any problem in your life, you can solve it. Community talks. Very good. You can mention all those things. Inside the bracket, you mention similarly placed sources has to be bring, and the community meeting has to be arranged. And in the community meeting, they will give a talk. Okay. So they can influence you in some way or the other. Then using ingratiation persuasion method. Ingratiation persuasion. That's all. We have not completed it. So put a hyphen and write to make them understand the people understand the complications. To make the people understand the complications resulting out of suicide. Make the people understand the complications resulting out of suicide. Many people committing suicide, okay? They are in the halfway to hell or heaven. Then they will bring them back. Then they will live a hell-like life here, no? What happens? Slit throat, hanging. Halfway they are to there. Then they are, that's it. Taking a lot of pills. Okay. Organ damage. You are living the rest of life like a hell only. So these people, when they come and talk, then what can you get? You can understand that what are the problems associated with suicide. If you are committing suicide, if you are dead, that is much better than you are living. So it looks like that. No. So this has to be shared and people has to be made understand about it. Done? Done. Next point. Next point. Using ingratiation persuasion. Ingratiation. 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 Ingratiation persuasion method. Ingratiation persuasion. Inside quotation, single quotation you give. Ingratiation persuasion or ORR. Likability, social influence. Likability. Likability. Likability, social influence. Okay. Techniques. Likability, social influence techniques. Okay. So what is this ingratiation? So it can be used in the negative manner also. It can be used in the positive manner also. I can say some example that you are falling in love with some person. Now what you do? You are going to give answer for me that. Go to any extent. That is a keyword. So what you will do now? You are observing that person. You come to know that this person only like very childish like girls. And you have to behave like a kindergarten kids. He like only those. Then you also come. Then you talk, you smile, then you behave childishly. You go take ice cream, then eat like a child. And same way in case of boys. Come. Rugged boys. Girls like only rugged boys. Come. Next day you come with half in winter. Half shirt showing your arms. See here. We will do or not? We do it. No, it's a human nature. See, when I am in your age, I used to do. The one who married me used to do. This is how you attend. This is how you attract the other people. No, if you are, especially if you are a love marriage or marriage, after marriage, you have to, impress your husband or women. Both cases they will try to do. This is human nature. This is called ingratiation. Sometimes we go to the extreme, as she said. Some people will be head over heels. Then they will be totally in the opposite direction. No, they will try to change in the totally opposite. They will be like very rugged people. But the girl like only a kind person, and a very decent guy. Then he wears specs next day, put collar button, sit near the girl, only till marriage. That's how it's happening. No, how long can you act? That is ingratiation method. After marriage, you become to the normal stage. Hey, I am always like this only. If you want, live with me, or walk away. Door is there. Now, so similarly, places ingratiation persuasion method you can use. Why? Because you have to change like the other person. Then he feels secured with you. Now he try to listen to you. Okay. So then that way you can, some parents are very, harsh with the children. They don't talk, they don't express their love. But now you have to change. You have to try to change your attitude. You have to show, you have to become more like a friend. Talk. Okay, now the children listens to them more. They become very close to them. So this is called ingratiation persuasion. Or likability sources. Those who the people like, the friends. Friends can be the change for them. They can talk to them. Why are you doing this? Why are you behaving in this manner? That is a solution for everything. So when they are trying to talk, they can relieve these people's pains and suffering. That's why we are using likability sources and ingratiation method. Full stop. Then next point. So these are some of the techniques to stop and prevent suicide. And another important one, helplines. Creating awareness, generating awareness about suicide helplines. Generating awareness about suicide helplines. Okay. So this awareness campaign, in that you have to include suicide helplines also. Generating awareness about suicide helplines and conducting street plays, programs in TVs and all. You can bring some programs. Okay. So mass media, it will spread easily. Awareness generation. Nowadays, films are also there. They are shooting short films and all. No. So that those way you can spread the awareness to the people. This will bring in behavior change. Inside the bracket you mentioned, this will bring behavior change strategy. Behavior change strategy. Behavior change. Okay. Next point. Understanding hyphen acting hyphen preventing. Understanding hyphen acting hyphen preventing. Hyphen preventing. What is this? See, there is some program called Gatekeeper Training Program. Put a hyphen and write. Gatekeeper Training Program, which is there in India. You know that or not? How many of you know? No. So know all these things, okay? Gatekeeper Training Program. What they will do here? That is Gatekeeper Training Program for suicide prevention. Okay? Especially for that only. It is a 1 to 2 hour program where they will educate you. Educate about the methods, the way you can identify a person who is in distress, one who is in depression. Then you have how are the ways you can resolve it. Okay, both you have to know the way you can read it, the way you can rectify that problem. So who will be trained here? Not everyone. The person, one who is in depression, the relatives of that person, friends, parents, teachers can get involved inside this. Enroll in the Gatekeeper Training Program. You will be given 2 hours training program where you will be taught everything. Okay, so mention about Gatekeeper Training Program, which is there to prevent the suicide. Okay, so suicide problems, they will make you to understand what are the signs you have to read in people when they are in depression and all, and then how you can rectify that in the suicide program. Okay, so suicide prevention warriors, that will be next point. Suicide prevention warriors. What is that? See, Like, it doesn't mean that you will be provided shield, you will be provided swords and all. It's like same, but where the unemployed youth can be involved here. You can provide some monetary assistance also to these people who are unemployed. They themselves will be get relieved. At the same time, they have to keep watch of the society. Why we are saying all these things? Suicide is the second most cause for the death. As per WHO and as per Indian, report. They said that almost 1 lakh people die per year due to suicides. That is why it is considered as emergency now. It's considered as emergency problem. Okay, suicides, because of suicides. We doesn't know, but somewhere it is happening, no? So that is how they created this National Suicide Prevention Strategy. You mentioned that also in some points. Refer National Suicide Prevention Strategy. So suicide prevention warriors, what you will write? Where unemployed youth can be involved in prevention strategy, suicide prevention strategy, where unemployed youth can be involved in suicide prevention strategy by providing monetary assistance. Suicide prevention, unemployed youth can be involved in suicide prevention strategy. Apart from the gatekeeper training, we are saying, okay, this has to be, there should be some force which should be stood there. With providing monetary assistance. By providing monetary assistance, unemployed youth has to be involved in suicide prevention strategies by providing monetary assistance. Okay, by providing monetary assistance. Done? So the first point says that there should be a gatekeeper training. If you read that that person is in depression or has committed as tried for suicide one time, then you have to go for gatekeeper training. But every district, there should be some force kept to watch the society. From every society, every community, you have to pick up one person who is unemployed, train him, then you make him to observe the community where he is staying. If he find that something unusual happening with some person, he has to report, okay, to the concerned person, right? Next point. Primary care physician training. Put a hyphen and write primary care physician training. Primary care. Physician training. Physician. How will you say? Physician. Anything. PHYSICIAN. The doctor. Physician training. Put hyphen and write. OPD. Psychiatric OPD. PSYCHATRIC. Then OPD. You say outpatient. Especially when you are ill, you go and wait and then you take OPD. No. For what you are doing? For physical health. For mental health, you have to have a OPD. It is not there. Sorry. Louder. What is OPD? Somebody tell what is OPD? Outpatient? What? Outpatient? Ward or something? Outpatient? Department. Outpatient department. Okay, so OPD, we call this as So where you take some token, then you go wait, you see the doctor who is there in OPD. Not your regular doctor will come. So there will be some doctor for emergency cases. If you are feeling any issues, then you go and wait. Same. On-call doctors also there. Okay. So now, like that, you have to do one for psychological problem. Mental illness also, you have to have a OPD. That is why we are saying primary care, physical training has to be given to the doctors also. How they have to treat if a person is coming for attempted suicide, So how you have to treat that patient. That has to be there. Even in national strategy program also, the national strategy which they have created for suicide prevention also, they have mentioned this point. Okay, done? So then, now we are going to address different issues separately. We have done the common prevention strategies. What are the issues now we have already discussed? For agriculture, okay. So we will start with agriculture. What are the points which you can give for farming community? What are the issue which is mentioned there? Scarcity of kisans, crops. Huh. So what are the schemes which are available for farmers, especially Krisi Sinchai Yojana is there. Then per drop more crop is there. Fasal Bima Yojana is there. As per my knowledge, I am telling. I don't know whether new schemes has been introduced. This and all is even one IAS officer has done it. I don't remember his name, in Rajasthan, where the people were starting to migrate from the places where they were living because completely there were drought. There was no water. There was no collection of water. Then what he did, he created in the traditional ponds. The traditional method, he has constructed some ponds, okay, for storing the rainwater and all. Tankas. Rainwater harvesting techniques you can improve. You can also, create awareness to the farmers related to pooling, land pooling method. What is that? Land pooling techniques. Governance, you started your classes in governance? Economy, got over? No, not it. Very good. So land pooling techniques is something like where, now we are talking in India about land pooling. Previously, our forefathers, our forefathers would have, had 100 acres, 200 acres, 500 acres and all is normal. They had land in acres. But now, that is one side problem. We are converting land, we are converting the agricultural land to the community land. Okay. On the other hand, what we are doing is that here, the father, please listen here. When I am talking, please don't talk there because it's disturbing me and I am not able to convey what I am coming to tell. So what happens here, the father, when there will be 3 sons or 4 sons for him, and very long back and all, they have 5 to 6 sons. What happens? They split the property accordingly, hand over. Then over the period, that person will have his own son and he will split, even that acres will be splitted into small areas. Now you have in cent. Cent, no, not in acres. Nowadays, agricultural land in south and all is in cent, not like the one in Punjab and Haryana, where the farmers are having Benz and traveling by luxury vehicle to take tomato to market. It is not the case in case of South India, where you hold a small land, okay? Small landholders, especially in farming community. What happens now? What is the problem with that? This and all you learn in economic session. What are the problems associated with small agricultural lands? You have to spend more. Okay, you have to spend more for water, more for crops. Starting, you have to invest much. But the machines are, that is why. So when there is a big land, you can save more. So that's why we are coming to land pooling, where 3-4 farmers will join together. They will club their farm, then they will do their work together. They will split the profit accordingly. This is called land pooling technique. So this, apart from this, we can also introduce certain schemes like per drop more crop scheme is there. What is it doing? Fertigation techniques we are using. What is fertigation and all? Drip irrigation. This and all you will be studying in your environment classes. In agriculture, you will be studying especially the drip irrigation, where you will be using less water to cultivate more crops. We are borrowing techniques from Iran. 2 ministers are going, even the prime minister is visiting Iran. You only see that headlines. Underground, lot of transaction is happening between departments, agricultural departments. We are selling technology, we are buying technology from different countries. Yes. So even Indira Gandhi channel, what we call that, water supplying channel for Rajasthan, which you have. It is also built in the old technology of courage, where the water has to, they use some techniques which is used in Iran. Then they build a tank, build the water supply channel to Rajasthan, where the water is supplied now. Same way, we have to bring in more techniques. Technologies has to be, farmer has to be educated in the name of technology. Then he has to be spread awareness about the schemes available in India related to farming, especially Fasal Bima Yojana, insurance scheme for crops. If you are losing a crop, then you can get insurance and all for that. Then soil health card scheme is there. Like this, you have to bring up with certain schemes, not more. Then it will become, you don't have space also. Nowadays, page limit no for you in exams. You know that or not? You know that? Page limit. One question will be printed there. Next question will come after the space. So you cannot buy more and more paper, and you cannot get marks based on the weight of the paper. Now only the content has to be there. Okay, that is why you have to stick to the point. Next, what is the issue? So farming, one side we'll put. Second, even you can also talk about the mixed farming, where the farmer can be encouraged to grow crops along with the livestock and all. Integrated farming technique. Yes. So what are the other thing? Even the rice intensification system is there, where they are putting the seed directly without, watering. In previous method, what we do? You used to cultivate the crop separately, then you have to shift it. But this is totally different. You just refer in science and technology and all, you would have studied about it. Vertical farming, because this is asked as question. I'm not blabbering something in classes. All this has already appeared in your question paper. Rice intensification system, already asked in UPSC. So in science and technology, you would have studied. Even if you are not done, you do it. That's the duty of you. That is why you are asked to see the whole question paper. Now, next problem. Apart from farming, what was the problem? Unemployment youth. What are the schemes which are available for unemployed youth? As you say, as one of your friend has said, there was a MGNREGA 100 days guarantees. Work guarantee has been done. And further extension with the Umang, you will be trained in some skills, then you will be placed there. Skill India program, very good. So like this, you go and search for unemployment. And there is some cash incentives also, I think, provided to unemployed youth. Is it there or not? Some 1,000 rupees per month, something they provide. If you are graduated and you don't have job, and you are, that is already linked, Aadhaar linked bank account you have, mobile number you have, now you can get cash assistance also, right? Then any other? It's not working, only on paper. I hear it is working also, I don't know. Any of you who have completed graduation can check it, whether it is working or not. Yeah, you can try. We are here to avail the benefit. We have to check whether the government is properly functioning or not. Next. Yes, we can use the self-help group to invest in business instead of waiting for employment. You can do your own business. That is what Tamil Nadu government has did. Unemployed youth generation, employment generation program is one program where they will train the youth, will give them skills. They will link the SHGs, self-help groups. They will provide small finance. SHG bank link. There is a separate topic for you called SHG, where you link with the bank. Bank will come and interact with the SHG. They will provide loans to the SHG, self-help groups. Here, the self-help groups will provide loan to the people. People will take it. They will do their own business, small business. Okay. So like this, we can give, at one side, we can solve the problem related to unemployed youth. Related to students, behavior change strategy. So educational programs, awareness generation for the students. Inside the curriculum, you have to bring in educational, you have to inbuilt these programs inside the curriculum itself. Parent-teacher counseling. Instead of counseling the children, counsel the parents. Because parents are totally different now. You have to change their mentality in order to make the students flow in the right path. Okay, done. This way you have to handle the cases. I have given elaborately for every type of cases here. So from here on, if there is any policy measures related case study, I will not discuss like this in the class. I will just say what is the core idea of this, how can you tackle it. Further, you are going to build that cases, okay? Now you have written enough answers for these types of cases, done. So suicide is one such issue where we have seen a case study also. Next, we'll go to the next topic. So have you taken bioethics? Definition, have you taken that? Take down the definition for bioethics. And you have not taken down the definition for applied ethics also, no? Have you taken down? I said we'll do it sometime later. Have you taken down that? Approaches, you give a heading first like that. Approaches. Bioethics, no. You give a heading, approaches. Approaches. Approaches of ethical theories. Approaches related to ethical theories. Approaches related to ethical theory. Any ethical theory you take, these three approach only, it will fall. Okay. So approaches related to ethical theories. We have not given it there. We forgot. So now we are taking the definition and then we will take bioethics definition. Okay. So in that first thing, so what are the three topics in that? Approaches related to ethical theories. You have three topics, no, three headings. What are those? First one. What is that? Deontological ethics. Teleological ethics. So any theory you take, it will fall under these three categories only. Virtue ethics. So first you are going to take definition for deontology. Deontological ethics. Write the definition. Put a hyphen and write. We should have done this under the dimensions of ethics. There we did not do. So we are writing here. Okay. Approaches related to ethical theories. Three approaches are there. One is deontology, teleology, virtue ethics. First deontology, put a hyphen. Likhiye, morality of an action should be based on. Morality of an action should be based on. Morality of an action should be based on. Should be based on whether morality of an action should be based on whether that action itself is that action, whether that action is right or wrong, whether that action itself is right or wrong under a series of rules, whether that action itself is right or wrong, whether that action itself is right or wrong under a sequence, okay, series of rules, comma, rather than, based on rules. Simply if you want to write based on rules, okay, mention like that, right or wrong under a series of rules, comma, rather than based on consequences, comma, rather than based on consequences. Rather than based on consequences. Okay. Full stop. Consequences. Full stop. Consequences of the action. If you want to elaborate it like that. Consequences of the action. Full stop. Done. Then it is described as. It is described as duty. It is described as duty hyphen. It is described as duty hyphen obligation. It is described as duty hyphen obligation. Hyphen obligation. R. Rule-based ethics. Rule-based ethics. Rule-based ethics. Okay. This is otherwise called as rule-based ethics. Full stop. Full stop. It is based on rules. That means it is based on rules. Okay. It is based on rules. Okay. Example for that. Immanuel Kant. You write Kant. Kantism is there. No, Kant. Immanuel Kant. Kant's apostrophe S. Immanuel Kant's theory name is categorical imperative theory. Categorical imperative. His theory name. It's a deontological ethics theory only. Categorical imperative. Second, you can also mention Gandhian ethics. Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative. Then you can also mention Gandhian ethics. Okay. All these are some classic categories of deontological ethics. Right. Second, you are going to write about teleological ethics, or this is otherwise called as utilitarianism. Utilitarianism. Teleological ethics or slash, put a slash and write utilitarianism, okay? Utilitarianism. So the basic moral principle of utilitarianism, okay, of utilitarianism is called the principle of utility. The basic moral principle of utilitarianism is called the principle of utility. Principle of utility, OR, the greatest utility, OR, the greatest happiness principle. Okay, or the greatest happiness principle. What it means? Inside the bracket, write greatest happiness to greatest number of people. Okay, that is utilitarianism concept. Greatest happiness to greatest number of people. Greatest happiness principle we written no. So start a bracket. Then write greatest happiness to greatest number of people. That is the meaning. Okay, so that means you have to opt for those choices which are going to bring benefit to more number of people. So this is totally a consequence-based ethics. Okay, it's totally a consequence-based ethics, mentioned like that. It's a consequence, action, result-oriented ethics. Okay, it's a result-oriented ethics or consequence-oriented ethics. Okay. Example, Jeremy Bentham. Happiness principle, have you written that? If you want, you elaborate it. That is, we ought to do, that is, it's a result-oriented ethic. That means what? We ought, O-U-G-H-T. We ought to do, that is, we need to do, okay. We ought to do that which produces. We ought to do that which produces, the greatest amount. We ought to do that which produces the greatest amount of, happiness or pleasure. Produces greatest amount of happiness or pleasure. Greatest amount of happiness or pleasure. Okay, or pleasure for the greatest number of people. Greatest number of happiness or pleasure for the greatest number of people. Example you give. Greatest number of happiness or pleasure to greatest amount of happiness or pleasure to greatest number of people. Okay. Example, right? Jeremy Bentham. Have we changed? Background changed. Jeremy Bentham. Jeremy Bentham's theory. Okay, we call that Jeremy Bentham theory. John Stuart Mill, J.S. Mill. All these are proponents of teleological ethics only, utilitarianism concept. Okay, so Jeremy Bentham, J.S. Mill, John Stuart Mill, all these people. Which one? This one. Whole I want to repeat again. Please write it. The basic moral principle of utilitarianism is called the principle of utility. Till that you have written, it's called the principle of utility. Okay. Then what I told you, I would have said something from mine. Inside the bracket, you would have write greatest happiness to greatest number of people. So this is result-oriented ethics. It's a result-oriented ethics. That means what? We ought to do, that is, we ought to do that which produces. The greatest amount of, the greatest amount of happiness or pleasure for the greatest number of people. That is why we call this as result-oriented ethics. Most of all, in our case study, we will only going for teleology-oriented ethics. Okay, when you are choosing the options, right? Now, in some cases, you also should stick to deontological ethics, duty. As a duty of you, as a civil servant, you have to do this and all. Now, last one, virtue ethics, right? Virtue ethics. Under that, a virtuous person, virtuous, virtuous person. Okay, virtue ethics under that, a virtuous person. A virtuous person or morally good person. You have holidays for New Year and all. Nah. What discrimination it is? You do have no, in college you will be left. How many school students are here? So school student, acha. Nah. You are in college then? Good. Now sometimes school students also come because the parents force them, put them here. They are starting the LKG, starting UPSC training also. So in college you have holiday, no? For Christmas, starting from that, for New Year you have. Here you did not been informed so far. You have not been informed. My God. Last year you were not given. Only on 1st January. Okay, then fine. So like we'll continue. We'll continue. A virtuous person or morally good person or morally good person. Okay, according to this ethics, according to this theory, a virtuous person or morally good person. And virtues, morally good person and virtues are good traits. Okay, virtues are called as good traits. Trait, T-R-A-I-T-S, traits. Virtues are good traits. Okay. Now, a virtue ethics is a moral philosophy. Virtue ethics is a moral philosophy. Virtue ethics is a moral philosophy that concentrates. Virtue ethics is a moral philosophy that concentrates on the notion. Virtue ethics is a moral philosophy that concentrates on the notion. N-O-T-I-O-N, notion of virtue. It's a moral philosophy that concentrates on the notion of virtue. It's called virtue, full stop. Okay? Virtue, that's it, full stop, full stop. Now write next paragraph. Thus, virtue ethics is one of the major approaches. Okay, virtue ethics is one of the major approaches in normative ethics. One of the major approaches in normative ethics. What is normative ethics? It's otherwise called as prescriptive ethics. No, we said in prescriptive ethics, you'll face a lot of theoretical, philosophical ideas. Theories will be there inside the prescriptive ethics. That is why we have given a heading like approaches to philosophical theories, to ethical theories. Okay, so that is what? Normative ethics. Okay, full stop. Then continue. Normative ethics, have we written till that? Normative ethics is in contrast both two. It is in contrast to both two. And is in contrast. Contrast. C-O-N-T-R-A-S-T, contrast. Both, B-O-T-H, both, to the. And in contrast, both to the approach, which emphasizes. And in contrast, both to the approach, which emphasizes duties, which emphasizes duties. Inside bracket, you write deontology, which emphasizes duties. Inside bracket, deontology. Okay. And to that which emphasizes. Okay, and to that which emphasizes the consequences, of actions, Inside the bracket, you write consequentialism. Teleology ethics is otherwise called as utilitarianism or otherwise called as consequentialism. Anyway, you can write in your exams. Consequentialism also. C-O-N. Consequentialism. Should I write the spelling here? Okay, fine. Consequentialism. Bracket close. Okay. Full stop. Suppose. Now we are going to write the difference. Okay. Now we are going to say this difference. We told that it is in contrast with both deontological ethics as well as the teleological ethics. How it is contrast? Full stop and write suppose someone in need should be helped Okay, suppose someone in need should be helped. Helped, H-E-L-P-E-D, helped, comma, helped, comma. An utilitarian, suppose he is following utility ethics, that is consequentialist ethics. An utilitarian, where have you written? Suppose someone in need of help. Okay, in need should be helped. Suppose someone in need should be helped, comma, put a comma. An utilitarian, U-T-I-L-I-T-A-R-I-A-N, utilitarian will point to the fact. What he will think? An utilitarian will point to the fact that, okay, will point to the fact that the consequences, will point to the fact that the consequences of doing so, will point to the fact that the consequences of doing so will maximize, one's well-being, underline that, maximize one's well-being, underline utilitarian, both words you underline, comma, after well-being put a comma, well-being, comma, deontologist, okay, person who is following deontological ethics, a deontologist will emphasize well-being, comma, put a comma, you are continuing, a deontologist will emphasize the fact that, okay, the fact that, comma, in doing so, will emphasize the fact that in doing so, the agent will emphasize the fact that in doing so, the agent will be acting in accordance with the moral rule. In doing so, the agent will be acting in accordance with the moral rule. Such as, inside double quotation, write the rule. Acting in accordance with the moral rule. What is that moral rule? Such as, inside the bracket you write, do unto, D-O, do, unto, U-N-T-O, do unto others. It's a golden rule, no? Do unto others. Complete it. Do unto others. Others as you would like. Do unto others as you would like others do to you. Okay, others do to you. So when you are trying to behave in one way, you have to think in different way. That if someone behaves in the same manner to me, what will happen? Others as you would like others do to you. Quotation close. And, comma, put a comma, another one more sentence. And a virtue ethics. And a virtue ethist. E-T-H-I-C-A-S-T. A person who is following virtue ethics. Okay. Where have you left? No, somebody is left there only. Previous point. No. Have you completed till this? Where have you completed? Like others to you. Have you closed the quotation? Quotation closed. Put a comma. Then you continue. And a virtue ethist. V-I-R-T-U-E E-T-H-I-C-A-S-T. Okay. Yeah. Virtue, person who is following a virtue ethics. Okay. Will underscore. Will underscore that helping, will underscore, okay, will underscore that helping that person would be benevolence, B-E-N-E-V-O-L-E-N-T. There will be some issues with pronunciation. I would better write benevolence, benevolent, and therefore virtuous. See the difference, therefore virtuous. Okay. So now you read that point and see the difference. This is how you have to handle your case study. When you are writing an answer, as I am following deontological ethics, I have to underline the fact that this is how you have to start the answers when you are writing your solutions. Okay. So it is written there. Please listen for 2 more minutes. Then we will go to a new topic where you need not write. So still this you have written a lot. Hereafter in the classes, I will speak. You are going to make notes. Then and there, I will give you some points. So what is this? Deontologists think that they have to do their duty. As per the rule, they have to follow. Either it can be rules, laws, regulations of the country, or it can be a moral rule. They will always act by the rule. Okay. And teleology ethics never stick to rules. They only see the result, whether it is going to benefit the people or not. That is why we have written both. The fact, underlying that. Fact, underlying that. But in virtue ethics, it underscores that if the person is doing some act, he will do according to the moral principle. According to virtues, the so-called virtuous character, which you say, that you have to be benevolent, care, kind to other people. So in this manner, he is going to help the other person, not per rule, not per the result. Okay, done. Full stop. Most suitable is deontological ethics and along with teleology ethics. It has to be done as per the situation. Now you read the situation. In certain cases, you have to stick by rules only. You cannot say, no, see, I don't care about my system. I will act on my own only. Then you are a gunda. You are not a civil servant, no. So you would have also seen in the movies and all, I am not a police. I am rowdy. Taking on lati, moving here and there. In only movies, you can do that. Otherwise, you'll be called by the department. Department will take action against you. Okay, if you're doing in this way, continuously you are behaving in this type of manner, then you will be taken. So what you have to do is smart strategies. Innovative methods, how you can solve this problem. One hand, you have to solve the problem. On the other hand, you have to follow the rules and regulations of the department. Both you have to do. Okay, so we will teach when we are coming to issues, when you are going to solve the issues, I'll teach how you are going to do. I'll give some examples for you. Then you're reading newspaper also, there you will find that some issue has happened in particular district. The officer has solved this in this manner. You will read news like that. I don't know whether you're reading it or not and all. You will be reading only those topics where you find related to polity and all. So articles, when it come, you will take that and it will note it. But you should also note related to these points also. Okay. Now, bioethics. Are you going to take the definition? We'll do it tomorrow. We'll start a new topic. Okay, you have to take about 3 definitions for bioethics. One related to bioethics, another concepts of bioethics called moral pluralism, beneficence, and non-maleficence. These 3 you have to take definition. Tomorrow you'll do it. I will start a new topic called business ethics. And there is one more also, that is media ethics. Okay, so what is business ethics? So after completing media ethics, we'll completing the second topic, dimensions of ethics fully. What is business ethics? Rules for business, okay. Business responsibility, the social responsibility of business. That is why we have corporate social responsibility itself. We have a separate topic also called as corporate governance in year 6th unit. So this is linked to that. This is equally important like civil service, administration. Both private and public administration is very important for you. So what is business ethics? When you're taking a business ethics, all those moral issues, ethical issues, which are arising related to transaction of business. So there many things are included inside transaction of business. Okay, so for various ends you will be seeing issues, facing the ethical problems. Here we are going to discuss from 3 angles, the ethical issues from 3 angles. One is systematic. Second, corporate. Third, individual. Okay. So 3 ways. See, I'm not going to give notes for this. You make your own notes. That's it. I don't know whether institution will provide notes for business ethics and all. When you are making some notes, you can use it when you are writing an answers related to private case studies. Private issues case studies you will have. Definitely 1 or 2 it will appear in your every year's exam. You will get case study. So we are going to analyze the ethical problems from 3 angles, 3 ways we are going to see the ethical problems. One is systematic. What is systematic? See, a business is set up in a place. That place means nowadays MNCs, we know after LPG era, when LPG has happened in economy classes, you would have come across this 1991. So what is LPG? Okay, he is talking about the government. We will talk about the year. And LPG, what is LPG? Liberalization, privatization, and globalization. What we did, we liberalized our economy. Previously, government was holding everything. Okay, it is called license Raj system. Everything you have to get permission from the government, license from the government. If you want to run a company, you have to stick to various procedures. No, very stringent measures were there. Then they said that we went to take fund from World Bank. So they came up with conditional funding. No, still now we have that conditional funding. We provide to various countries with conditional funding. We get it from some organizations in the name of conditional funding. What happens? They give with condition, tax attached. So they said that, okay, India, you are still now enclosed economy. Why? What made us to be an enclosed economy? We were not enclosed in the previous way. In the ancient times, we were trading. You would have known that even a small kings would travel a long distances, has established trade centers everywhere. In Sri Lanka, starting from Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, everywhere. Outside India, they went and then established their services. Why now not? They even went to Persia also. Why now? Why in meantime there was nothing like that? Because they came in the name of traders. Who? The British. They told that they are coming to trade and they occupied India. They ruled us. So then we closed our economy. We said no need. Hereafter we will sustain ourselves. We know how to sustain ourselves and we closed completely. Then we were in a situation, we are pushed into a situation that we have to take money. So we opened our economy in the name of conditional funding. MNC started entering India. You know that MNCs, multinational companies, came inside India, established businesses. Now there were competition. It is good. It is good for market economy. So we left. Now, when they came inside, they have to follow the rules and regulations which are built up in our own country. We have certain regulations, we have certain rules which the company has to follow. That is called systematic. So whether they are, sticking to the rules and regulations of the particular places, or the customs of the particular places, the ethical issues arising out of it, related to capitalism. So the concepts, economical concepts, which is prevailing in the particular area where the company is established, it is called systematic. It is a wholesome view of the company. Second, corporate, it is related to the company, ethical issues related to the concerned company, whether the company is following compliance measures, proper disposal of waste, whether they are following proper labor laws inside the company, they have proper employee welfare system, whether they are providing welfare to the employees. All these issues will be discussed under the corporate section. And what is individual ethics then? It is related to a specific individual who is working in a company, holding so and so position. Okay, he is the auditor who is doing auditing of a particular company. He come across certain problems. There is some compliance problems for the company related to auditing. Whether he would support the company or he would have revealed this outside and make the company pay for that. These types of issues are, it is related to, what is that? White collar crime. What is white collar crime? Wearing white collar, doing crimes. What is white collar crime? It's a decent crime, we can say, where an enormous amount of money is engulfed, within a flick of second. But here, the police are chasing around criminals who are taken 5,000 rupees from some people. Some mobile phone, 500 rupees, dresses, stealing dresses, catching them, filing cases. But what about the 11,000 crore which went missed out from India, 11,000 crore. What happened after that? Whether they got back it, retrieved it, nothing has been, no newses after that. So that is something which is called financially motivated crimes. We call this as non-violent crimes, okay? Where people devise certain schemes in a decent way, you would have seen, that is why we call them as white collar crimes. No, they will not involve in violence. They themselves will not go, put up their sleeve, punch other person's face, blood will come out. No such crimes. Take some knife, put in the throat of other person. No, decently they will do all the crimes. So they are the topmost criminals. Now, this is the individual ethics. So white collar crimes in the company or insider trading. What is insider trading? It's also called horse trading. No. How many of you are working? Nobody? Then what is insider trading? To the outside companies or competitors, you are providing the very important confidential information which should not be shared. Okay, that is called insider trading. In the policy, when you are signing the agreement, when you enter into the company, in the contract itself, they will mention it clearly. If you are involving in so and so, then what will we do after that? So these are some of the issues which we'll be facing inside the individual ethics. So now we'll see what are the ethical problems arising from various sections to the company. Okay, so I'll say the duty or moral duty of the company towards 4 people. Now we are going to discuss that. Okay, so you can put a heading like moral duty of the company towards, put a quotation, moral duty of the company towards. We are going to discuss about the ethical principles. Okay, moral duty of company. Now we are going to discuss with various peoples towards. First one, towards employees, towards their employees. So what is the moral duty of the company towards the employees? What are the principles they have to follow? Yes? Insurance, giving 15 days leave in 1 month. Yes. Fair pay, good working conditions. So see, at most it has to promote, it has to act in the employee's interest. You have to write in this way. Employee's interest. Okay. Care for the employee. Empathetic in nature towards the employees. Okay. And responsive. Okay. Transparent. In this, you can put in this, after writing this, you can put a small hyphen. So how they can do all these things, in what ways? That only you have given the example. Proper paying, empathetic, responsive, 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 transparent. Okay. So what are the ways the company can promote these policies? First, good working conditions. You would have seen many software companies. They have provided proper working conditions to the employees. Following proper labor laws. Can we say like that? Labor laws. Okay, this, working time till this and this. After that, no work for the employees. Okay, even they have lot of relaxation spots inside the company itself. Only few will provide like that. Whenever you feel down, you are not able to work, you can go to gym, work out. You can go sit in the swimming pool area, have a nice chat with your friends, come back again to work desk, but you have to complete on time. Okay, in between, whatever you do, they don't care. Good labor laws. Okay, labor laws. Social security schemes for the employees. Many companies, even though they don't provide PF, social security schemes. Okay. They will say we are paying, and after you get relieved, then suddenly you will get heart attack. Where is my PF? No, this company is not paying PF. Okay, mar gaya. Social security schemes. Then, what else we can add? After that, we can also mention that job security. What happened during COVID? What happened to you during COVID? Lot of companies, starting from jinger looking for good. What is that? So finger looking good or something. KFC, starting from that. Many companies, even Uber, we are traveling, then that all has cut shorted their employees. Done no. Around 30% of the employee lost their job. No job security. How will you work with the trust and loyalty to the company like this? Okay, so job security has to be there. Apart from that, they are saying challenging task has to be given to employees. Some companies, a very famous automobile company is doing it. They will not have one group of people doing a particular task. They will every time circulate that group. Okay, so what happens? The employee will not get bored. Every time he does the same work, go to office 9 o'clock, returning back home 5 o'clock, same work, starting doing cleaning, are doing lightning design. Arey what? Same design aaya tha. Kya hai? Na bahut bore ho gaya. Kab new design will come. You just go to next section, learn something different. Come more again here. So your mind will be in creative mode. So challenging task. This is the best strategy a company has to follow. This is the best moral principle a company has to follow. At least the company should not discriminate people based on color, based on sex. Okay, paying in Magnarega scheme itself, you would have seen the person who is taking care of that Magnarega, who is responsible for giving payment, what he does, give one payment to women, another payment to man, both doing same work only. Okay, women are paid less than men, doing same amount of work. Opportunities also, discriminations. Okay, at most, no favoritism. So it should not be there. Okay, it should be there. Favoritism. Favoring one person in the office. Okay, favoritism. Even harassments the employees are facing, this should not be there. At least at most the company has to reduce these types of things which hurt the employees to some extent. Okay, so like harassment, sexual harassment is happening in the offices, or abuses where the employees are abused by the employees are abused by the employer, scolds in a very bad word in front of everyone. So these types of things are affecting the dignity of the individual. No, so then he will involve in insider trading. How come you will expect he will be loyal? Second, the company's duty towards customers. Time over. For that, everybody is happy. Actually, from tomorrow we will be on time. Okay, so over 3 hours, 12:30 is our class timing, no? Fine. Then we will continue this tomorrow. Okay. Any doubt? Okay, thank you then. We'll meet tomorrow again.